First off, I just want to thank my parents for trusting me with this. I don't even know why. I mean, I've sung here before, that's good and all, but public speaking, not really new to me. Anyway, when my dad gave me the scripture, it's a great scripture, by the way, I kept reading over it again and again and again, and it was like playing on a loop the whole week in my mind. And the whole time I was trying to figure out what stuck out to me personally, because if I'm going to be preaching, standing here on a pulpit, talking to you guys, I feel like I should be talking about something that I relate to as well, and something that speaks to me as well. So I'm not just preaching to y'all, I'm preaching to myself as well, because we all need to know this. Yeah, I was just in my room and I started praying, and I was seeking the Lord, and I was asking him, like, what is it that you want me to say? What is your will for today? What do you want the people to hear, and what do you want me to hear? And what kept coming back into my mind was the word mission. Now, the word mission to me, it means something that's kind of hard to accomplish, something that's difficult to finish. You know, the movie Mission Impossible, something that's impossible, you know what I mean? So I started thinking, like, what's impossible for me? What do I find difficult? And personally speaking, running. I am not good at running. I know I have long legs, and I should be good at running, but I'm not. I have very small lungs, so running is not my thing. But it brought me back to a time in Iceland when I ran a 10-kilometer marathon with my friend. I think I was like 10 or something, and I saw it in the pamphlet, and I saw 10 kilometers. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that. That's no problem. I'm very much of an overachiever. I take more on than I can handle. But that's fine. So I dragged my best friend along. Poor soul, had to deal with that. But we were really ready, We had the playlist ready, we had the water bottle, the new running shoes, the outfits, we were prepared, posting on Instagram, I'm gonna run, whatever. We were ready, we were prepared and excited, very motivated. But what I didn't think about, it's not about how you start the race, it's about how you finish it. And that's not something that I was thinking about. So I started the race, I started running, everything was going great, and until like halfway, I was done. I was gone, and I was like, I'm gonna go home, I'm tired of this, I want to see my mom. But I kept running, and I kept pushing through, and my friend kept like supporting me. But the only thing that was actually getting me through was focusing on the finish line. The feeling I was going to feel when I was done. I did something that I thought I could never do, and then I could see my mom waiting there with a water bottle. That would have been great, but I was really tired, and it was raining, and it was windy. It's Iceland, what do you expect? And it was just very difficult, but I made it through, and I was really proud of myself. I was incredibly tired, had a really good sleep that night, but that's how it is. But when I was thinking about that story, it kind of reminded me of the words of Apostle Paul. And he said, I fought a good fight. I finished my course. I kept the faith. And you see, Jesus was kind of a part of the marathon. That's how I look at it personally. When he started his journey, his desire to please the Father was so strong. But along the way, he encountered many distractions, betrayals, oppositions, rejections, judgment, hurt. He faced a lot of things. But in Mark 15:23, he talks about when Jesus was on the way to the cross, when he was carrying that heavy wooden cross on his back. You can just begin to imagine the pain that he was feeling. Not just the physical pain, because he was just been beaten, he's bruised, he's bleeding, he had the crown of thorns on his head. Like, physically, I was tired, I was exhausted running, but I could not begin to imagine what Jesus was feeling. And not just physically, but also emotionally. Feeling betrayed, feeling alone, he was struggling. But the only thing that kept him going was keep focusing on the finish line. I'm gonna get to the finish line. But then the soldiers, they offered him wine drugged with myrrh, but he refused to take a drink. Perhaps he saw it as like more of a trap, more of a distraction, something that was going to lead him astray from the path that he was supposed to be taking. So, and I don't think that drink was offered to him in comfort. I don't think they were like feeling bad for him and wanting to help him. Like, here's a drink, I'm going to help you out. No, it was more offered to him in mockery, making fun of him. He's the king, here's your wine. But Jesus refused to drink it because it was a distraction. You see, it's like marathons, they start off all right, they start good. You're happy, you're good, you're motivated, posting on Instagram, everybody knows about it. But then it gets really rough, and you wonder that you can even finish what you started. Jesus kept looking at the finish line. He was so focused on finishing what God gave him to do. His gaze was set on the glory of God. He went towards the cross. And when he got off of that drink, he said, I don't need that. When we are on our personal journey, life is hard, okay? That's not brand new information. We all know. We've all gone through our difficult paths. But, those distractions keep getting thrown at you. It could be your job, it could be your work, your friends, anything. It can be thrown at you. But you need to remember and keep saying, I don't need that. I'm going to walk towards the cross. I'm going to walk towards Jesus. I'm going to be on the path that God set me on. And what I think is absolutely amazing is when Jesus was carrying that cross, he kept thinking, if I just take one more step, I'm going to be closer to saving that person. If I just take one more step, I'm going to set that person free. He's going to be free from sin. And honestly, I thought it was amazing. So he was thinking of you. He was thinking of you. You were on his mind. That's what God is doing. He was motivated by the thought of you. And I honestly think that's incredible. That he was thinking of me. Like, personally, that's insane to me, and I don't know why, but But then, now Jesus is there, hanging on the cross. The King of Kings, amongst sinful men, dying a criminal's death. And he says, I thirst. I am thirsty. Now, to me, that's so weird, because this is the same voice that spoke the seas into existence. The same voice who told the Red Sea to part. How can the voice that commanded the sea, peace, be still, I need to sleep, who made the water come out of a rock? Why would he have a need that is so small when he could do all of those things? He is the one who said he was the living water. How can living water be thirsty? How can water need a drink? But God kept reminding him that his thirst wasn't for water. His thirst wasn't for what he could provide himself. It's Jesus. He's the creator of the universe. If he needs water, it's going to come down from heaven when he commands it to come down. But that's not what he was thirsting for. He was thirsting for you. He was thirsting for worship. He was thirsting for the Father, and he was thirsting for you and your heart. It's like the woman at the well. When he was talking to her, sitting down there, having this act that he really was really thirsty, and he was really tired from his walk or whatever. But that's not what he was wanting. He was not wanting the drink from her. When he talked about being thirsty, he talked about, I'm thirsty for your worship. I'm thirsty for your heart. I'm thirsty for your soul. And I want you, I need you, and I crave you. And that's what Jesus was thirsting for on the cross. He was thirsting for you, and we need to keep remembering that. And I want all of us to remember that we need to be thirsty for him. When those distractions come, when we're running that marathon, it gets difficult, it's tough, and it's rough, and you want to give up and quit and just go home and cry. No. Remember, keep taking that cross, keep walking one more step towards the cross and walk to the finish line. Stay focused, keep loving Jesus, keep staying thirsty. Thank you.